That is the Eiffel Tower. This is a 1,000-foot wave. And this is crowds of people in Paris fleeing for their lives. But what if I told you that this is a miniature? That's a real wave. And this is 100 strangers that I convinced to star in my movie.
You want to be in my movie? You want to be in my movie?
That's right, completely random people.
We'll act in your film.
Going from strangers to movie stars.
Action!
This is all part of a dream that I've had for most of my life. A dream that's taken me to the other side of the planet. But if I fail,
Far out.
This is not what we planned.
Action!
it will remain just a dream.
It all comes down to this.
3 a.m. and I gotta be honest, it's a moment for me to just be real with future Nathaniel for how I'm feeling right now. Like, try to plan better in future, mate. But honestly, it feels pretty freaky.
Okay, pretty freaky is a massive understatement. This might be the scariest moment of my life, which is the complete opposite to how I felt when I came up with this idea.
You got to be very careful, so no touching them.
What I have in this box represents a dream I've had hidden away for 2.5 decades, until now.
Actually, before I show you, let me tell you the story.
Until soon.
Ever since I was 10,
That's almost as old as you.
that's exactly right, it's almost as old as you. When I was 10, I saw a movie in a cinema with big epic explosions and big comets coming down, and they actually made an island and they blew the island up like a miniature. And when I was 10, I said, one day I will make a movie with big epic disasters, miniatures, and I will put it in the cinemas. And I was 10 years old. How old are you gonna be in a few weeks? 10 years old. So you know what I've decided? I have gone and rented out a movie cinema.
Wait, what?
An actual movie cinema, and I'm making a movie. I'm gonna show it in the movie theater before you turn 10.
Wait, what?
Do you know why?
Why?
I wanna be able to tell you guys that if you have a dream, you can chase your dream.
And if I was going to premiere my dream movie before my daughter turned 10, I was gonna need the help of someone as crazy as me.
Sam, here's the idea. You ready?
Yeah, let's get it.
Imagine if we made a disaster film about the biggest wave in history in Paris. Picture this, crowds of people running for their lives, a massive wave destroying the Eiffel Tower. And at the heart of it, a love story.
How are we gonna pull that off?
There's no way we could make a film like this. Unless, what if instead of expensive visual effects, we use a scale model of the Eiffel Tower and destroy it with a real wave?
Are you sure that the scale model thing will work?
I have no idea. In theory, it should work.
That's just crazy.
For the lead roles, we could cast a couple of local actors. And the best part, for the crowds, what if we convinced total strangers, like 100 of them, to be in our movie?
We'd be asking strangers to make a fool of themselves in public in Paris.
Pretty much.
If there's anywhere that people are gonna hate you doing that, Paris, you will be hated.
But that was the least of our problems. You see, usually something like this would take weeks to film. But by the time our schedules lined up, we would only be in Paris for 3 days.
This is so crazy. What the heck?
It's insane. It's like a huge, crazy, wild idea.
So of course we realized this idea could never actually work.
What if it actually works?
Yeah, I'm sold.
What have I just done?
What I had just done is purchase a ticket from Australia to the other side of the world. And this is the moment that a frightening reality began to sink in.
No, I actually got to do this. Okay, well. The reality hit me. I didn't sleep well last night. There's so many things that can go wrong. I haven't finished the script yet. I haven't locked down actors or anything at any of the locations. There's a lot on the line, leaving my family, leaving my kids, and I think more needs to go right than what I'm aware of for this idea to work. On the plane, I have to figure out my script. Then I'll see my brother, and when I see him, hopefully, we figure this thing out.
And after 22 hours of travel, I was going to need my brother's help more than ever before. Once he could figure out how to open a door. Now we knew we had less than 3 days to find and film our actors, figure out our miniature and wave, and convince 100 strangers to be in our film. And if we could pull this off, we'd have everything we needed for our film screening. But honestly, it all falls apart unless we could answer this one question.
Can I get strangers, like 100 people, to be in my movie? I'm gonna give it a go.
Now, to film 100 strangers in 3 days, we were going to need to film at least 33.3, let's just say 34 strangers a day, which honestly was way more intimidating now that I'm here.
Would be asking strangers to make a fool of themselves in public in Paris.
You will be hated. Hated.
As intimidating as it was, there are times in your life where you just gotta jump in and make something happen. So I thought I would start with some small talk.
How you doing? Good, and you? Doing well? Can I ask you a question? How tall do you think that building is?
How tall is that building?
Yeah,
oh
yeah.
my god, you know, I don't know. I don't know. 354.
Close, 330.
Yes, I think.
What do you think is the biggest tsunami in all of history?
525.
524 meters.
And that might have been the end of the conversation if it wasn't for my brother.
Now or never, I think. Now or never.
Do you think that will make an interesting video?
Yes.
I'm gonna make that video. Do you want to be in it? I'll get a shot with this camera and you pretend that you're running away from the wave. I'll show you something.
At this point, I didn't know if they understood me, or maybe they did and just thought it was silly, but I thought I would hit record and just hope for the best.
And action!
Not only were they happy to be in my film, but they were happy to do a second take
Action!
and a third take, plus some friends and a cameo from the director, of course.
And action!
With my first 8 down and 92 to go, I thought now would be a good time to tell them my master plan.
What if I could get like 100 people in the shot? Just film with your phone.
Turns out I wasn't the only crazy one. Because the next thing they did was walk me over to the biggest group of tourists they could find.
Ready?
And after I helped them take a picture,
Point that way like
Or
this.
two.
Point.
it was time for the pitch.
I run a YouTube channel. You want in my YouTube channel?
Only, I don't know if they fully understood what I was saying.
Big wave, big massive wave, big building.
So thank God my new friends were there to help.
Can you show them what you did?
Yes.
It's like this. Like that.
And with a bit of help from their translator, it seemed they understood. But little did I realize I was about to experience the greatest performance in cinema history.
Thank you. That was amazing. That was a bit crazy. You guys are crazy. We ended up getting our 50 people?
Okay, so not all 50 performances were Oscar worthy, but there were 4 people who couldn't be more deserving. So lucky I had already purchased some totally genuine, not at all fake Oscars.
I want to award you something. That's
After having such a successful first day, we could only hope for the same tomorrow.
all right. Big day tomorrow. Good night, bro.
Night.
Sam, I had the worst dream.
Go away. Tell me about it tomorrow.
No, it can't wait. So, in my dream, I was trying to convince some more strangers to be in our film.
Hey, excuse me, guys. Did you want to be in my film?
Maybe. But first, what's your domain? So we know you're legit.
Okay, well, it's a little bit long. Right. So it's www.Nathaniel_Oliveri, Blink182, U2, R2D2,
Oh, brother! This guy's domain stinks!
More like a one
password?
Bro, it's more like pie! 3.14159.
Quoting pie?
Sticky domains! Sticky domains! Sticky domains! Sticky domains! Make it stop!
Should have gotten a .store.
A dot store?
Yeah, a .store. Your name plus .store. Clean, simple, trusted.
Not .com?
.com is generic and it doesn't say anything about you. .store literally says store.
But I'm not selling anything.
Yet. One day, your fans might want to buy something from you. .store is ready when you are.
Come on, we're so close. We're so close.
.store is ready when you are. It's trusted by all the biggest creators.
So, no more stinky domain?
No more stinky domain.
But we better get it before someone else.
Done.
That was fast.
Good night.
NathanielOliveri.store. Now that sounds legit.
Legit! 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 Legit!
Hey, get to bed.
Get your .store today, before someone else does. Link in the description. See you tomorrow. After having such a successful first day, day 2 was going to be even bigger. And there are 4 things we have to do today, or else tomorrow will fail. Number 1, actors.
We've got a film shoot planned and we don't have actors.
You kind of need actors.
It's just gonna be us with some cameras.
But there are a few actors we've reached out to, and there are some that stand out to us. So let's see if they'll be in our film with less than 24 hours notice.
All right, thank you, Alma. Yes, we got an actress locked in.
So Kieran, what do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, this sounds like fun. There's not going to be a real tidal wave though, right?
So we got actors locked in. Number 2 on the list is the script. This is the script I wrote on the plane. I think it's good, but it's pretty serious. We looked at the footage from yesterday and
It's not so serious.
it's good, it's funny, but it's not serious.
It is profoundly comedic. Oh no!
So we need to rewrite our whole script today. But we'd have to work out our script while we were on the move. Headed out to the Eiffel Tower. Because we still had a lot to do today. And by the time we were having breakfast, our script idea was starting to come together.
Samuel just had this crazy idea, and I think it's gonna work. The day before we filmed with the actors and actresses, we may have just solved it. So we're gonna work on the script today.
But the script would have to wait till later. Because number 3 on the list was actually getting the right angles so that we can match it with the miniature footage. 1, 2. What miniature footage, I hear you asking? This miniature footage. It's a little bit confusing, so let me explain.
The dog.
Back in Australia, we 3D printed a miniature Eiffel Tower with the aim of lowering it into the ocean to be hit by a wave. But why? Why not just use AI? Well, there's something about these old practical effects that I personally love, and I wanted to recreate that look. So to pull that off, we'd have to get the measurements just right and make sure we place our camera here on the miniature and here in Paris. 3, 4, so that the 2 shots match perfectly. Why did we have to do this in Australian winter? It all comes down to this. Needless to say, a lot of things had to go right. And none of us anticipated how hard this would be. Were we in over our head? Would we be able to pull off such an ambitious shot? You'll have to find out at the screening. Now, back to Paris. 17. So with our miniature and wave shots complete, the 4th and final thing on our list today was convincing more strangers to star in our film. And I already had some ideas for shots. I'd love to see this shot of vloggers filming themselves and then they're just running and you see their shot as well. But while I was keeping an eye out for a vlogger, little did I know a vlogger had their eye on me. Literally.
Hello?
How you doing?
You shoot time lapse?
No, I'm not shooting a time lapse, but what are you filming? You got?
Yeah, I'm film for YouTube.
Me too.
If you mind, I moving on my glasses.
Yeah, you heard that right. This guy was literally filming with his glasses.
My name is Ivan. I'm from Russia.
I'm Nathaniel from Australia. Meeting other YouTubers here. Immediately, Ivan started telling us the incredible reason he was here.
My son. Oh. I don't know how in English. Мой сын.
And with the help of Google, Ivan was able to give us a perfect translation.
I want to take you away.
No.
Looks like we'd have to communicate the old-fashioned way.
I want shoot movie for him.
Oh, beautiful.
Our journey helping our relationship.
He went on to explain that he and his son were vlogging their adventures to find a way to connect more.
How old is he?
11.
Oh, 11. Your son's here. Oh, that's nice. Hello. What's his name?
Как его зовут?
Oh, Ratatouille. Yeah, my kids, my children love that movie.
Seeing the lengths Ivan was going for his son reminded me of why I was on this crazy journey. And when I asked Ivan and his son if they wanted to be in my film, the answer was clear.
Cool idea.
And so with some expert notes from the director,
Like this, like
Yeah.
film and go like, oh, like in the shot too. And talking in Russian's beautiful. I love it.
it was time to hit record once again.
Action.
Так, мы приехали в Париж наконец-то.
And just like that, here we were. Two dads from two different parts of the world,
Beautiful.
both using our cameras to try and help our kids on their journey.
That's great.
Choosing today's completely genuine Oscar was a no-brainer.
This is for you because you were amazing. So good job. Mercy, you're welcome. You're welcome.
For you.
Oh,
It's from Russia, from St. Petersburg.
are you
Our
serious?
city.
Thank you. That's amazing.
Honestly, I wanted to stay and talk with Ivan for hours. But if we were going to get 100 strangers in our film by the end of tomorrow, I needed to get to work.
Do you want to be in my movie? 30 seconds, very quick. Yeah? 30 seconds. Yeah?
Tell me what I have to do.
Okay, first maybe 5 or 10 seconds, you're just talking.
In Italian or in
Yeah, in Italian. So say it in Polish, like, oh, there's a wave, we have to run away, and say it in... And... Action.
Che pomeriggio stupendo per
Bellissimo.
Action.
Oh, no, questo
The wave is coming.
Io.
Oh, ce l'ho.
There's a wave coming. And cut. They're still running. They're still running. Now, take your hat off, and now you go, oh, like that, all right?
E non guardare in camera.
I'll get one more shot. Throw your arms up, ah, like that.
Urlo.
Yeah.
Ah!
That's gotta make it into it. That's a wrap.
Thank you. Thank you.
As much as we wanted to stick around and keep filming, we had a script to get back to.
We've got a script to write and no time to waste.
Let's lock in.
And with the script ahead, we had no idea how many hours it would take. But with the help of some Russian chocolate,
Best chocolate I've ever tried.
we got it done.
That was quicker than I thought it would be. Maybe we're just tired and we think it's good. It suits what we filmed way better.
I really like it. Will the actor and actress like having the script changed the night before the shoot? If not, we don't have a shoot tomorrow, so we'd better give them a call. Hey there, Kieran. Hey, Alma. How you doing?
Hi, guys. Hey.
So, the script is kind of totally changed.
Ah, okay.
Are you guys okay with a script change so last minute?
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, no worries.
Awesome. I'll tell you what it's about in a second, but first, let's talk about the plan for tomorrow.
Okay.
We're about to go film our actor and actress today. So, are you guys all right with like an early shoot?
How early are we talking?
I'm talking really early.
Okay, well, good for me.
How about you, Kieran?
Yeah, sure. And I guess it'll be a bit emptier.
That actually brings me to the purpose of this. The reason we're filming so early is because we need Paris like completely empty. We'll have a very short window of time before tourists arrive. And we can't really afford for anything to go wrong. Kidding. Far out. We've come here every morning, checked it out for the perfect spot to film. Yesterday I was literally walking along here. 1, 2.
Remember how I told you how precisely we needed to measure this location so it matched the miniature? Yeah, well, none of that works if we can't film here.
Now the sprinklers are on in the exact spot we need to film. All right, so we're just problem solving. We really don't have time to wait for these sprinklers to turn off because we need this space empty now. Nearby, people are already starting to arrive.
I'll be honest, at this point, I was really starting to stress out.
Far out. So we spent all this time planning yesterday to have every dynamic changed. This is not what we planned. Far out.
I got so desperate that I resorted to trying to use the force.
Turn off sprinklers, please. Turn off. Wait, keep filming, keep filming. Are you serious? Keep filming. Sprinklers, turn off right this second. You're joking. Oh. Oh, crazy. It's gonna be wet, but we can make it work.
And moments after realizing that I'm literally a Jedi, our actor and actress showed up.
Good to see you.
Oh, g'day.
These colors look so good. Usually when I do film shoots, spend like 30 minutes like catching up.
Today, we're gonna dive straight into filming. So finally, can I tell you guys what the story's about?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, please.
Action. Kieran, your character's called Mark.
Okay.
Now, Mark is captivated by this girl who's reading a book.
Actually, I think I can find a very good book. It's called Quand viendra la vague, which means
When the wave will come.
Did you plagiarize this?
Action. So they kind of wave at each other, but Mark is too shy to talk to this girl. That is until his friend says, what do you say, Sam?
Look, if it was the last day on Earth, wouldn't you do it then?
So Mark looks at June and imagines that it is in fact the last day on Earth. In one crazy sequence, Paris will go from completely full of people to empty and evacuated. I might even need to convince a few strangers to run past us while I'm filming with you guys. Like a big wave.
Ah.
Yeah, your dog can come too.
Hey, carry him?
Yeah,
oh,
perfect.
yeah.
Action. Okay, I get it. Me, my brother, and two strangers running looks kind of lame. But with the magic of cinema, we can fix it. So amongst the chaos, Mark approaches June. You stand up noticing that people are starting to run. And then that's when Kieran comes. He asks her if she would spend her last 5 minutes with him.
And what does she say?
Well, she says what any reasonable person would say.
Okay.
Okay.
And action. So they literally have 5 perfect minutes together that feel like a lifetime.
And we were thinking this bit could be like funny, like Charlie Chaplin kind of humor out there.
I love it. Love it. It's fantastic.
Cut.
Guys, that's fantastic. Finally, the 5 minutes are over. So it's like that final moment, you realize the wave is coming and time's up. They say a few last words together as the wave rolls in, destroying the Eiffel Tower along with our tragic lovers.
And so we die at the end.
But Mark was having a daydream, so Mark jolts out of his daydream, leaving him with one decision.
What does he decide?
So he decides to... We're not telling you how it ends yet. You'll have to find out at the screening. But it was safe to say it was a successful shoot.
Official wrap.
So with our actors filmed, there was only one last thing left to do. But first...
You want to go get a coffee?
Yes. After a well-deserved coffee break, we still had over 40 strangers to convince to be in our film. And it was already 5 p.m. So with time running short, I had to bring out the best pitch of my life.
This big wave comes and people running, like this. Very funny, very funny. But it starts off with...
Okay, so my pitch still needed work. But despite that, people were just happy to help.
Guys, can I put you in my movie?
Okay.
I'd love to have some Australians in my film.
We'll act in your film.
Can I get some Americans in my film?
Hell yeah. Now, because our film was a comedy, our goal was simple. Find the fun and humor in every interaction.
A wave is coming. You have 5 minutes to live.
5 minutes? 5 minutes?
Oh, wait.
There ain't no ocean around here.
Please evacuate.
And that's a wrap. To my surprise, most of the fun ideas didn't even come from me.
Can we save the beer with us or not?
Yeah, we have to take the beer. We got to take the beer.
What a beer.
That was great.
Can I fall?
Yeah, do it. Action. I knew this film needed some crazy Aussies.
If you want, we can sing the happy birthday in
Oh
Spanish.
yeah, that's a great idea.
Now, I wish we had purchased more of these genuine Oscars, because if we had, we would have given one to this amazing gymnast and her dad.
You do the gymnastics, you say, come, we go, come.
Like that. Okay. Now, at first, something must have been lost in translation, because somehow we ended up with this.
Action.
Wow. Okay, not quite what I was looking for, so let's give it another go.
Don't fall over, just run past camera like this. Yeah, action. Dini, idvay tati. Dini. And wait for her to come.
Bro, Dini. Oh, I want to be really clear. This miscommunication is 100% my fault. So I took a second to slow down, and it turns out,
action.
Third time's a charm.
Dini. Perfect.
Seeing this loving father with his daughter reminded me one last time why I'm here. And I kind of needed that reminder, because it was already 8 p.m. and we still needed another 20 strangers before the sun set. So it was time to dig deep.
Do you want to be in my movie? Of course. Action. That was perfect. Action. Perfecto. Action. That's the one. Action. 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 We are so close. If we can just get one more group, that'll get us to 100.
And I knew exactly what I wanted for this last shot.
Oh, look, these people are all ready to run.
The most epic running, full-on sprinting shot.
Can I get you to help me and then I reach my 100 people and I finish? I can go back to Australia being very happy.
What do you guys think?
Did we actually pull it off? No. I got 110 people.
10!
110 people.
Action!
This has been a really positive experience for me. Just realizing how beautiful people are. I wish you the best.
Thank you, guys.
And realizing how beautiful you are. My brother, love you, bro.
Love you too.
Finally, we had everything that we needed to premiere our movie. Surely nothing could stop us now. Right?
So we're an hour out from the movie playing, and the one computer that has the file of the film in it is seriously not working.
So basically, after editing with my team all night long and finally watching the film together, this happened.
Come on. What happened? The computer's not computing.
But this seemed like a small problem. Surely I could fix it on the way to the cinema.
It's freezing up. I just have to keep restarting it, and it's got the only copy of that film on it.
And instead of fixing it, when we got to the cinema,
computer just died. Just dead.
It ran out of battery, or what do you mean by that?
It's dead. I've tried everything. Let's just head inside and we'll figure something out.
Good to go in? Yeah, let's have a look. Dave's tuning the piano, so you can welcome to go up.
With dramatic piano playing in the background, we're trying to figure out whether there's actually a film to play for everyone right now. Like, this has never happened to my computer before.
To make matters worse, while my team tried to resuscitate my computer, we found out that
120 people booked in or something.
Is it?
Yeah, about 120. Yeah.
120 people.
Are you serious? That's insane.
Yeah, man, people are starting to arrive.
The reason there were so many people is that the local radio heard about our crazy story and gave us a shout out.
Nathaniel Oliveri, he's a Central Coast-based director. The movie is screening Avoca Theatre this Saturday.
So 120 people were showing up for a film that was on a dead computer.
I might just do a little walk around.
And honestly, there was even a moment where I considered cancelling this event. And as horrible as it sounds, I could live with cancelling a screening for 120 people. But there were 3 people that I couldn't afford to let down.
All right. I don't know right now if we have a way to solve this, but I know we'll find one. Phil, keep working on the computer, just keep trying.
Yeah, bro, on it.
I know this might look like blind optimism, continuing to move forward, even though things look uncertain.
Sam, let's prep the miniature. Yeah. Blessing, Ryan, how are those cameras looking?
Looking good.
But this was a story that started with uncertainty. And even our film was about someone stepping out despite uncertainty. So somehow I knew if we just kept moving forward, we'd find a way.
Bro, I think I fixed it.
No, serious?
It's working.
Let's give it a quick test.
Oh.
Let's go!
All right, right, let's open the doors. I want to thank my incredible team, my brother Samuel, and of course my wife.
You did it.
And kids.
You ready? Thanks, buddy.
Lastly, I want to thank over 100 strangers on the other side of the planet who made this possible. I'm going to play the film. Who wants to see it? All right, here it is. After all of this time, I finally chased this dream I've had since I was my kid's age. My hope for them is that it won't take them as long to chase theirs. I hope you enjoy the film.
Just go talk to her. You've been wanting to for weeks.
She'll think I'm a freak.
Look, if it was the last day on Earth, wouldn't you do it then?
Excuse me. I have some disappointing news. Unfortunately, today is the last day on Earth.
Башню посмотреть.
Okay, perfect. Bravo, Tati. Bravo.
I don't think you heard that. Please, could you listen? Please, please, could you? The world is about to end. Yes, some context. A giant 1,000-foot wave is heading our way.
A wave?
There ain't no ocean right here.
It's due to hit us in 5 minutes. Thank you for listening.
Что такое? Бежим скорее!
Иди, Тати.
Bonjour. I've been wanting to talk to you for weeks.
And you waited until we had 5 minutes left to say something?
You're right. Let's have the best 5 minutes of our lives.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes?
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
The wave is here.
Well, those were 5 perfect minutes.
Imagine if we had 6.
Imagine if you had a lifetime.
So? If it was the last day on Earth, wouldn't you do it?
Now, if you're wondering if this is the end of my journey, the answer is no. It's just the beginning.